Gold may be a barbarous relic, but we live in barbarous times. Gold prices scored their best weekly gain in 3 months, with prices of the yellow metal breaking above the $1,900 mark for the first time since September 2011 on Friday. Gold prices finished at 8-year highs and continue to accelerate higher. The $2,000 mark for gold will be very easily broken. Gold prices closed the week up more than 5%. They have climbed by around 50% since the summer of 2018 when the metal bottomed under $1,200 an ounce. The yellow metal also has climbed around $400 an ounce from March's COVID-19 crash, its steepest 17-week gain since the very tops of September 2011 and before that January 1980. Gold will keep going well beyond $2,000 with so much money printing across the globe devaluing currencies. The Asians sell gold when it strongly rises, but the West buys high into rallies. Holding since 1971 at $35 an ounce has been very profitable, but it requires patience and resolve to ride through the wide swings. Gold has long cycles, 12 years is not uncommon. Gold is the real money, and it has been proven after government invasions of countries to steal their gold and central banks buying records amounts of gold. Gold will most likely see $2,500 by the end of the year, maybe higher. In turn, real estate will take a massive correction, eventually, as the foreigners are forced out of the US money laundering business. Metals represent the only real tangible thing left in a sea of funny money, digital numbers, and a world crushed by debt and bad decisions. Why is this happening now? Because everyone knows we are screwed and wants physical. Trillions and trillions of stimulus and debt for the hopeless degenerates generation. It'll never be repaid without a serious devaluation of the debt of the currency, and the Fed will continue to accommodate with vigor to keep the government solvent. Gold bugs have always said it, but the virus and social revolution have accelerated the timeline. Gold goes up because the US dollar goes down related to dollar debt. After World War II, the USA had a dollar gap. Now, a dollar overflows into debt. Not one politician has the courage to tackle the dollar debt crisis. The real reason for Obama attacking Libya has nothing to do with humanitarian reasons. It has everything to do with a gold heist. Obama unlawfully sent US forces to attack Libya to control the country's vast oil, black gold, resources and its 144 tons of gold bullion. Gold is among the rarest of elements. We can fit all gold ever mined into a swimming pool. The dollars of nothing used to purchase this extremely rare metal are created from nothing with no limit. There is no limit to how much the value of dollars can be diluted. Inflation. Those 185,000 tons in existence equal 5.92 billion ounces. There are not enough ounces to give each person on the planet just 1 ounce. It might be true to say only 500 million on the planet can afford to buy gold. That is less than 12 ounces per person in that group. If that 500 million people each attempted to buy just 1 physical ounce of gold in the next 6 months, that equates to over 15,000 tons of gold that would have to be made available. Silver is exploding for the same reason. Silver has even better fundamentals and long-term outlook. Silver is suppressed for 135 years because it is the stick in the heart of the vampires who run the central banks. If you want to buy physical silver in the open market, you will pay a minimum of about $30 per ounce. Buy as much as you can on the fake COMEX for $23, and even a second grader can figure out there is a huge profit margin. Physical silver and gold rule the price in the long haul. Smart people buy physical on the COMEX at a huge discount and store it away in a private, secure location. On Friday, the few big banks traded 250 million paper silver contracts at 5,000 ounce, and the open interest did not change. Do you understand what that means? It means no money traded hands. They trade $1.2 billion in silver, and no money was exchanged. We are lucky if we have $2 billion on the entire planet yet. The CFTC, the government regulators, allow a few big banks, JP Morgan, Citi, and HSBC to trade 1 billion ounces in one day, which does not exist, and they do not have in their vault. At least 400,000 tons of gold are traded on the COMEX per year. The COMEX is not a joke. It is a criminal fraud being used to con everyone into thinking the spot price of silver should be $23 per ounce. They don't call it the CRIMEX for nothing. Unless you have physical gold, then you have nothing but an IOU, and your paper gold is costing storage fee scam. They sell the gold held over many times, just the same criminals at work fleecing the people. When will people stop buying the same ounce of gold on paper 100 times over? They do not have it to give to you physically. About 50% of silver is used industrially, and the amount increases by about 4% per year. The supply of silver mined has been going down modestly prior to this year, but perhaps much more of a decrease this year. And silver is 90/1 versus gold price, which is absurd. About 50% of silver is used industrially, and the amount increases at about 4% per year. The supply of silver mined has been going down prior to this year, but perhaps much more of a decrease this year. And silver is 90/1 versus gold price, which is absurd versus coming out of the ground 8/1 by weight. So, there are about 2 billion ounces of silver above ground on the planet. A little more or less. We mine 800 million ounces per year. Not this year, as 60% of the mines shut down for 3 months for the COVID. Apple, one company, has 250 billion on hand in cash. Not what their stock is worth. Just in cash. Apple could purchase all the above-ground stockpiles of silver at $23 per ounce and still have 200 billion left over to buy bubble gum. Apple, who builds tablets in China with slave labor at $50 and sells them for $500 and pays an effective tax rate of 1.9% on all of it. Now, riddle me this, Batman. The government needs tons of silver to build their weapons. Samsung to build their phones. Tesla to build their electric cars. Chain to build their solar. Industry to manufacture everything using tons of silver in tiny amounts. If everyone on the planet had to go to Apple to buy their silver, they could not live without. What do you think the price would be? Would Apple sell their silver for 50? 1,000? 2 or maybe even 3,000 per ounce? Who thinks they would settle for $20? Silver is the rarest, most useful commodity on the planet, and you all listen to the globalist. The liars who call you all useless eaters. Convinced you silver is worthless when you could have bought it at $5, $10, or $15 an ounce and changed your life and the life of your family. It is not even close to being late. The gold to silver ratio is still over 80 and should go below 20. Silver will hit $200 minimum in the next couple of years at most. The reason silver certificates were pulled in 1963 was that the commodity value in a silver dollar for the first time rose above $1. It surpassed $1.33 per ounce in that year. A silver dollar is 75% silver. It's now $17 per ounce. That should be all you need to know about how our monetary system works. Welcome back to the Atlantis Report. You are here for your daily dose of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Please take a second to smash that like button. And as you know, friends, I rely totally on your donations to keep this channel functional. As you know, it takes a crazy amount of research and time to bring you this content on a daily basis, so I hope you consider helping with whatever donation you can afford. Thank you. The loss of value in fiat and the rush into gold is caused by loss of confidence in fiat. Prediction. So one method they will use to crush gold price will be by attempting to crush confidence. A massive scandal of fake gold bars, banks being taken, consumers finding fake 1-ounce coins they claim to have bought from reputable dealers, central banks rushing to examine the bars in their vaults, etc. Hopefully, delivery demands will uncover the scam the COMEX is. The scam, which is an old racket, is fractional reserve trading of gold. As long as some big holder can keep a lot and trade in promises to own it without delivery, that scam is profitable. This is known as banking. The only way to break them is for everyone to buy a safe and hold their own. The massive increase in demand cannot be met with the fake data paper claims of silver reported by the COMEX. The COMEX is dying a very slow and painful death, rightfully so. With each person standing for delivery. If this delivery trend continues, they cannot keep the price of gold and silver down by selling paper. And hopefully, that will lead to real price discovery for gold and silver, which will happen at unimaginable levels. If the little Robin Hood idiots would stay out of GLD and SLV, metal would do much better. Crash the COMEX. Demand delivery. COMEX is a fraud. They don't have the gold and silver they claim to have. That spot price is fraudulent too, given the massive increase in demand. The CFTC does not investigate the COMEX for market rigging. It is being paid to look the other way. COMEX is and has been a giant fraud wherein all colluded to control the narrative. It won't be long now, the destruction of the economy is about to complete. Printing money and handing it to the people will accelerate, and so will the price of goods. The lack of confidence in the currencies will drive bullion out of the market, and mayhem will abound. Due to the unprecedented level of monetary stimulus, the party will continue at least into 2021, at which time the Dow will exceed 30,000. When the bottom drops out, the only investments on Wall Street that will offer protection will be precious metals, tips, and cash. The last audit of Fort Knox showed 956 tons of good delivery gold in 1975. The chances that even a fraction of that is still there, given the Keynesian training of Fed and Treasury officials, is slim. Buy gold and end the Fed. The dollar is being turned into toilet paper. The Fed and the corrupt crooks on Wall Street are in a panic and are very desperate. Do not sell your gold or silver cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Gold is king. It is the money of kings. Silver is the money of gentlemen. Barter is the money of peasants. Debt is the money of slaves. If you don't hold it, then you don't own it. Keep stacking. This was the Atlantis Report. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. And please take some time to subscribe to my backup channels, I do upload videos there too. You'll find the links in the description box. You will also find a PayPal link if you want to make a donation. Thank you wholeheartedly to all those of you who have already donated. Stay safe and healthy, friends.